I keep buying cameras that make me look like a Roblox character, but I'm okay with that. I think that's all right. Like 7 months ago, I made a stream titled "I Don't Care Anymore." It was actually not even a bad stream, like a stream that was pessimistic. It was about liking life. And now I'm gonna make another stream about liking life or trying to, titled "I Care Again," because I kind of do. Um, I want to tell you a few stories. I'm gonna forget half of what I gotta say. Um, that just happens. I'm going to start with a story about perfection or lack thereof. So, believe it or not, believe it or not, I like people sometimes, and how do I even describe this? I was with a woman that I liked in a way. Yeah, I really loved her, dude. I really loved her. She's something. And I wanted to get her a plant, yeah? So I've been into carnivorous plants for like 10 years, 9 years. In school, one of my mate's dad, he was actually really, really nice. He got me a bunch of plants when I was over to play Black Ops 2. We played on this ship map. I can't remember what it's called, but and yeah, I was about to leave, and he showed me around, or whatever. No, at some point he just showed me around the greenhouse and stuff like that. And there was um a wheelbarrow. Yeah, thanks Google Translate, with a bunch of plants in it. And he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm just gonna throw all of them away. I'm gonna throw this one away, this big Sarracenia purpurea that he had, because it's too old and it's too big, and I don't have a spot for it. Do you want it?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah!" And he gave me some other plants with it. I was really glad to have that plan. Whatever, it started a 10-year long passion that faded a little bit when I became a teenager and I got a phone and stuff because I was not dedicated to it. But yeah, I started again. I wanted to get her a plant. I walked to the plant store and they had a few carnivorous plants. Now, I've been obsessed with this one kind of Nepenthes. I don't even remember the kind. For like 5 6 years, I had these wild phantasms and fantasies about it. I was like, oh, I could get this one little plant and put it in my room. It would be so great. My life would be complete once I have these plants. The capitalists love me. And I go to the store and they happen to have this specific plant, and they have a few, and there's one that is just like super beautiful. It's really nice. It's a little costly, I think, or something. So I was like, okay, I'll take a walk around the store and make up my mind, and maybe I'll get that plant. Then I made up my mind, and I was like, okay, let's leave. I'll buy the plant. And I arrived. I shit you not. I arrived to the carnivorous plant ale, which, mind you, no one gives a shit about. Okay, no one is ever here to buy carnivorous plants because people don't care about carnivorous plants and people don't know how to care for them. And I I get the I want to get the plant, but there's a lady, like a movie character. It's the Matrix. She's got a red attire, yeah, like a sweater or something, and just blonde hair. And she just gets like half the plants. Like she gets one of each plant, and she gets the fucking plant that I wanted. She gets that one. And I'm freaking out. In my brain, I'm like, oh my god, what happened? I wanted to get this for my girlfriend. Um, and I don't have the plant. I don't have it. But there's other plants of the same kind. And at that time, I was very stressed out. I was monitoring the veins in my eyes and whatever because I have dry eyes, and I was freaking out, associating a moral value to redness in my eyes, and I was doing that for everything. Like it was a symbolic thing. It was just very bad. I couldn't let go. Trapped in perfectionism, and I was just like, okay, I don't want to, I don't want to be a crazy person. I don't want to run after this lady and say, "Hey, like maybe you don't know Carnivorous Plants, but I've been looking for this one for a bit, and it's way nicer than the other one of the same kind." I swear to God, this was the perfect plant, dude. It was so pretty. It's way nicer. I want it for my girl. Can I have it? There was no way that I could do that. Like, that would be a crazy thing. And part of me would have been soothed and appeased by doing this thing, because I was like, if I do that, it means I've done everything I could possibly do and whatever. But I just decided that it was the universe trying to tell me something, and I was like, okay, I understand the lesson. This is about letting go. This is about letting go of perfection. But this is also about fucking doing something. So guess what? I bought the other plant. I was like, okay, I'll buy you ugly bitch plant and I'll take care of you. And in no time, you'll be way better than the other one, because this idiot's gonna ruin it. And I topped it all off by, bringing down my egotistical energy a little bit. And I found the woman on the parking lot, and I was like, "Hi, I see you got plants. I love plants. Do you want tips? And you can do this and that." And I gave her a few tips on how to care for the plants. And I brought the plant home, and I never gave it to this woman, but it's in the toilets right now. In a good way, in a good way, in a good way. It's in the windowsill, and it's good. It's alive. It's been 7 months, and it's still alive. It almost died this summer when I wasn't there, but it pulled through. Thanks, Mom. My mom cried this morning when I got out of bed, by the way, which is, I'm doing better. She cried of happiness. Damn, this is really personal. So, yeah, I've been trying to apply this lesson of death to perfectionism to like other areas of my life, and I think I'm having some success with it. I think it's pretty great. Like, I'm glad to do it that way now, and I always should have, but you live and learn. I don't have a beer today. I do have my Pink Floyd tea. It's not like I don't need a uniform to talk to the people I do. I literally fished it up from the dirty laundry bin, and I want to be done with this video so I can put it back along with this one. But yeah, I was like, I understand the lesson. I understand the message. I get the message. Thanks God, This woman was not a woman. She was literally a symbol. She was like wearing red. She was like the flashiest woman there could ever be. And her only purpose was to steal perfection from me in a time when I needed that to happen. I needed that to happen. So, today is the 7th anniversary of terror attacks in Paris, Bataclan and all that. And I was actually there, not then, but like a couple of weeks ago. I started maybe I shouldn't say this. Well, technically I shouldn't say this, but they're not going to watch it. But I started a community. I started a thing, all right? I started a job-like thing. And on the first day, my boss, my how do I call this? My educator, my coordinator was like, "All right, you can go to Paris to see Black Midi tonight if you want. You can leave early." And so I did, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to do this stream, because it was just I felt things when I was doing this, which is not a super common occurrence for me. I got on the train and I saw one of the most beautiful sunsets of my life. And it's the train to Paris. I've taken it almost countless times, but it feels like the landscape changes every time, and with the seasons it's modifying itself, and depending if this train is fast or not, I think it doesn't take the same route. And I Sometimes I go right, sometimes I go left. And I was watching the sunset, listening to a Radiohead B-side I had never heard that sounded like math rock, the band's era, I think. And then When the Sun Hits by Slowdive, and just like blasting into my earphones, feeling bliss, you know? Feeling so grateful to be alive, and the symbolism of that hit me like a brick wall, because when I did this stream, I don't care anymore, that had happened the day prior, getting back from the same route at the, kind of getting back from Paris, being in the same spot, just looking, but in the springtime, looking at the yellow flowers, looking at the light that was surreal and eerie, but in a simple way. And just this symmetry really hit me, and I was like, I have to talk to you guys about this. Because I had a great time on the train, but then I got off the train, I arrived to the concert, and the room was almost empty, which I thought maybe it's not a full night because it's Bataclan where the terror attacks happened and there's trauma associated with that. But no, it's just that people weren't very early, and I was literally first row in front of Morgan Simpson. Like, I was literally first fucking row in front of the drums before the show started. I was like, this is insane. I start talking to a guy. Well, he starts talking. We both start talking to each other, and he's really cool. We talk music. And the first part was like this Tokyo rap group that was insane, and I thought they would open for Men I Trust in Lithuania, but they didn't. Like, just the show was one of the one of the most culturally important events that I've had the chance to witness. If I'd gone to Billie Eilish's concert in Les Cigales, I think that it would have been that, but I don't know, Black Midi created a Nirvana-esque biblical energy in the room, and the people were singing the riffs, whoa, 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 it was like, wow, what? I've never really seen that, and it was crowd surfing and people jumping around and almost moshing, and I was at the perfect spot because I didn't really want to do any of that. I'm kind of old, and I can't, like, I don't think I could have, as much as I couldn't have freely. I would have regretted it, maybe. But I was on the edge of the space where that was happening, but I was just in front of the drums. And I let people, go in front of me and stuff, and almost regretted it, but didn't. I don't know how to explain it. Everything about this show was absolutely insane. At some point, Morgan played he played a snare fill that was the cleanest snare fill I've heard in my entire life. You could lick it off. You could eat off of that. And nobody recorded this. Like, nobody recorded it. And it was so cool. I just started laughing. And, bass player, I don't know his name. Sorry. Screamed just like Kurt Cobain. Like, literally, he was screaming, and I knew he could scream, and he was, a cool screamer. But like the last scream he did during the show or something, he broke and got like way up there, fifth octave something, and I was like, what? It was just like the best show of my life in a way. It was musically extremely tight, yet they were loose. They were all drinking. Morgan was chugged a beer during the show, and then like just he was drinking beer with one hand and playing the hat with the other hand and shit like that. Just like really loose, really cool. They didn't interact with the audience that much, which I don't blame them for, because at the end, like, some girl got on stage and tried to hug Jordy. He was like, "Fuck off." Yeah. It was amazing. It was a really great show, and the guy that was in front of me get the set list, and then we all decided to go and hang out to a bar or something, which I almost felt bad for because I had to be somewhere and I was keeping people up because they were waiting for me. But it happens, and we go to this bar, and the music started almost overwhelming me. I was like, oh, I can't understand what people are saying. I don't hear it. It's annoying, and I almost wanted to leave. Like I would never have left, but I was not. I was starting to not really enjoy myself anymore. But then we found out that I found out the guy that had the playlist was fucking subscribed to the channel. In the subway, he was like, "Oh, you look familiar. I've seen you somewhere or something." I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, because I didn't picture they could have. Oh, hi. Hi, Echo. I didn't picture they could have seen me from YouTube, you know? And at some point I mentioned that I did YouTube, and he was like, "Holy shit, I've seen your shit about the smile and stuff." It's literally, yeah, first time I meet a fan in real life, and he was. It's not just that he saw my videos; he was subscribed, motherfucker. And I was like, wow, what are the odds? Because he didn't even see. Like, I put up a community post to say that I was going to that show, but he didn't see that. We just had the same interests, and we're at the same spot in the concert. So the entire thing was just like, I don't know, very healing in a way, because I could go to Paris to see a concert and enjoy the fuck out of that, and then have, you know, a socializing moment with people on the same day that I start a job where the people are nice and I like them and they like me. And I had forgotten what it was like to talk to people on a regular basis, what it was like to be loved, what it was like to have something to do every day. Not what it was like to be loved, like, not it was like to, shit, not what it was like to be loved, but what it was like to see that you're loved by people right in front of you, and there's no running away from it. And I immediately, start questioning it, and I'm like, why do you like me? What the fuck is going on? Why do you trust me so easily? I don't like this. Because I have self esteem issues, I guess. But yeah, it was just a very cool, random, beautiful thing that happened that I wanted to share. I don't know what the fuck else. Yeah, so I'm laughing more. I'm starting to have some fucking serotonin. It's very strange. I go back, I get home from the job, and like I watch a Dave Chappelle clip or something, and I'll be like laughing out loud, which doesn't happen. I'll be texting my friends and laughing out loud, and I sleep better because of this, of the hormones, I think. And I've been noticing just how fucking exhausted I am, because like this summer I was making music with my friend Kira one night. It was like 10 p.m. and she was like, "Okay, do you have any more energy to continue?" And I just didn't even understand what that meant. I was like, I couldn't fathom that concept anymore. It's just something that through depression and brain fog and sleeping like shit has escaped me entirely. I don't know what energy is. I don't know what feeling tired is or not feeling tired is. I can tell, like, if I don't sleep for one day, like, yeah, I'm tired, but that I'm constantly tired every single day, every minute, all the time. I had been that way for a long time, and so I don't know anymore. I don't have a concept of energy. I never feel energetic ever. Ever. It's not a thing. I feel restless. I'll be doing things. I'll be working all day, but that doesn't mean that I have energy. And now I'm starting to understand that concept again, because I'm yawning like all day because I'm no longer past the concept of energy. I'm no longer in that shit spot where I'm so exhausted I don't even know what it means anymore. I'm starting to just be really tired, which is amazing, and I wasn't even thinking about getting there anymore. Not that I had given up, but I had forgotten that tiredness was a thing, busy with other stuff. Yeah, this is really this is a stream about that girl for sure. And this was the worst year of my life by a pretty long shot. Definitely been through some shit. But I'm just feeling stuff again. Like I guess yeah, I didn't care anymore back then. Because of the impact that everything I had been going through had on me, I was just like automatically forced to separate, dissociate on a certain level, just simply for survival purposes. Now it's I'm going back into life a little bit. I'm still an addict, so now my mind is not that clear. But I'm finding the keys to getting better. I'm finding the directions to getting better. I'm starting to do the work. I journal more. I do sophrology. I meditate when I can. I try to identify the stories I'm telling myself about my feelings. Shout out to Elze, because that's everything. And I'm starting to separate what is me and what is just intrusive negative thoughts in my head that you can't listen to. Otherwise, you're dead. If you don't know the difference, you can't, like, you don't exist, you know? You don't have your own personality. You don't know yourself. You cannot get out of depression. You cannot grow at all if you don't separate at some point. If you don't know, hey, I think this about me, and when I have a thought in my head that goes like, you're a fucking piece of shit, kill yourself, like, that's not what your intentions are. That's not what your life project is. That's not what you actually believe. It's just a thought in your head, which is a vastly important concept to everybody knows it to a certain extent, but when you actually apply it and you start doing the differentiation, you also have an opportunity to then have discipline, to fight urges. You have an opportunity to sacrifice a bit of the present for the future. So that's great if you want to like have a family, if you have any idea what you want to do in the future, if you want to take care of your body. This is highly important, and I'm starting to do that work, which is just great. Yeah, I guess there is still the weight um, of things I've gone through which I haven't processed. So I have a lot of work to do in that area, which I am doing, starting to do. But it's very interesting to get in front of the camera and just like see what the reality really is, because the idea of that stream in my head was like, fuck yeah, everything's so good now. It's not. It's really not. But it's getting better, which is what I want to say to you, because um, as I said previously in the 4.5 hour documentary I did about my depression, like I was definitely going to update you on how I'm doing, and I'm doing the best I've been doing in like at least, yeah, 2.5 years or something. So it's not bad. Um, I don't really I don't I don't love my life yet. Um, I feel grateful sometimes. I'm trying to practice that. I still have repetitive strain injury and shit like that. It's actually pretty bad right now, but uh, that's here to stay and stuff. And sometimes, yeah, healing is it hurts so bad. It hurts so bad because as I was saying, you dissociate in the worst of times, and then you don't even see what your life really is because you can't process it, right? Your brain's trying to protect you like with trauma and stuff. Um, Literally erases your perception so that you can keep going because otherwise you would like freak out. Now I'm like I'm seeing just how fucked up things got, and I feel like it's okay, but it definitely draws a huge red cross on the idea that I could ever like be a professional musician soon or accomplish my dreams soon or anything like that. And maybe ever. So I'm trying to be okay with that, and you only really see those things when it starts being a bit better. There is still dissociation. I'm not completely sure why. I think it's both a brain fog issue and also still my brain trying to not accept that this is my life. So when I talk about my life with myself or you, I don't feel entirely present because it's painful, I think. And so this is more painful. What I'm saying like is more filled with pain than what I thought it might be. But yeah, I was thinking of doing this stream just because I am having out of the ordinary experiences that are good, and I think it's going to keep going that way. And I think happier, um, definitely more stable. I have a huge fucking road ahead, but I also, it's also about the story of the subscriber I met and stuff because that's obviously it's this channel, it's this adventure, so it's about you guys. Um, this little thing I'm doing where I'm going like this in front of the camera. It's actually like I got fucking recognized in a big city. And yeah, there's big bias because we like the same bands, you know, whatever, like music critiques on the internet. You're gonna talk about a specific kind of music, and that's kind of black midi-ish in a way. You know what I mean? So you're not gonna meet a random sample of people in a black midi concert. Yeah, first row, but it's still amazing to me, and it's really good. That that I'm feeling a bit better, but I really don't feel that good. I really don't feel that good. I guess it's taking me this stream to realize that. I think one thing I wanted to talk about on Key Smash, but I'll say a couple words about now is when things aren't doing so good, you really have to fight much harder than you think you do. Need to, you know, because it's war when your life is sliding down or it has slided down. It's highly important to bring it back up, and it's a hard fight. If you don't acknowledge that it's a fight, or that it's important, or that you deserve to be loved, or that it's not gonna get better if you don't make it, if you don't try, um, then you're gonna stay in that place, and whatever you think you should do it more. And that's hard because you can't be too hard on yourself either, but you're literally not going to assess the situation correctly if you're in my situation. Like, I definitely have ADHD, and so I don't even remember to take care of myself. I don't even remember to eat, meditate, whatever, journal, plan my life. Sometimes I'll be like, "Oh yeah, I want to be a singer." I haven't sung in like 2 months and a half. Like, that's a real thing. So you're not even going to be able to think about your life if you're really tired, if you're upset, if you're hungry, um, if you have brain fog, or if you are an addict like me to screens. Because, like, for example, before doing the stream, I wanted to do sophrology and stretch, but instead I opened Reddit and I was like, oh, this is completely fine. You're going to check the news. And what do I see? I see a picture, a video of a P63 um, giving a gentle little kiss to a B-17, and people fucking dying and planes exploding and a horrible tragedy. And it's like video game footage. The video is so absurd. The violence of it, the way that the small plane hits the big plane right in the middle and shatters it and fucking vaporizes. You're like, what? I didn't just see that, did I? Like, what the fuck is this? And you can't look away from it. And I'm just like the woman in the video. I'm like, there's no fucking way this just happened right now. And you just like open the news and you see shit like that, and it's hugely disruptive. Um, and then it changes you. So, gonna work on that as well. But I got that plant. Yeah. I got it and I still have it, and it's not the best looking plant. And that's fine, and I'm gonna cherish it, and I'm gonna take care of it, and this red woman's plant is probably fucking dead already, and I wanted to give the plant away. I wanted to give the plant away too soon. I don't even know she was into plants. But I have the plant, and I have this life, and this life, it's not the best looking life, but I'm gonna cherish it, I'm gonna take care of it, and I have this self, and I'm gonna take care of myself, and I'm not gonna give myself away to people I'm not even sure are into this self. Yeah? So that's the idea of today, and that's the mental health update. And you should all take care of yourselves, and I'll talk to you soon, all right? I'll continue talking about shit on 6ix9ine Key Smash, and on here maybe not so much. It's getting more interesting to it's just fucking overshare to a growing amount of people. I don't think I can do it. Like, I'm not Madeline Argy. I just can't be that person right now, I don't think. But it was important for me to do this. And I'll do it again for sure, but it's gonna be from time to time. But I promised, so. Just get the message. Yeah? Just take care of that plant. However crooked it is. No matter how much water the roots need. Spray it if it's got bugs. Sometimes it's embarrassing to get those checked out, but just go through it and you'll feel much better. Hey, remember fucking Total Biscuit, yeah? Don't get embarrassed. Could kill you. But this is your plant. This is your life. This is what you get. Do what you will of it.